learned about what is demand, what is demand curve. You all understood about the demand concept. Now, indifference curve. What is indifference curve? Now, as you must have understood, তুমি তো বুঝতেই পেরেছো that a person will buy a product or a demand will occur only if you are willing to purchase a product. Fine.
Hmm.
Now, indifference curve. This is a concept in economics where we'll be learning about the concept of utility. See, the demand. Why a consumer will demand a particular product? For that, utility needs to be there. What is utility? Utility means use. If a
Use.
person thinks that anything is of use to him, see, why will I buy a product? I will buy a product only once I find it useful. If it is useful to me, that means it is of utility to me. It has got certain utility to me. See, I am using a laptop. It is useful to me. I need it. I need it for teaching purpose, or I may need it for doing some work. So this is of use to me as a professional. I need this. So this is the utility of my laptop. But if I would have been a homemaker, for that purpose, what will I do with the laptop? I may see movie or just for entertainment purpose, because I don't need it for any professional purpose, right? So what is the utility? What is the use? This is very important. Once a consumer demands certain product, consumer demand will occur only if he finds utility of a product. If there is no utility, I'm not going to demand it. Simply, the concept is very simple. If I don't find any, see, for example, at times this Britannica and Encyclopedia, this books comes. The salesmen from different company, they come and they give good offers. Means the offers are really very lucrative. They offered us the books, which is very good. Means it consists of lots of images and various informations, which is no doubt is very useful to us. But I don't find it means even they are giving it giving a very useful thing. They are selling a very useful product to us and at a very lower price. The price is also very low, but I don't find it useful, so I don't buy it. So at you can understand that from the manufacturer point of view, as a manufacturer or as a seller, what he is thinking. If a salesman is coming and he is trying to sell me a book, many a time na you must have observed that they come with a combination of books. These books are very useful and the cost are very high. If you go to a mall, the cost price of these books are very high, but
Hmm.
maybe they offer at a very lower rate. Maybe at 500 rupees they are offering me a product of 4,000. A product which I go to the mall, I will get it at 4,000 rupees, but they are offering me at their cost price or even at a below cost price of 500 only. But still, I am not buying this good. As a buyer, I am not interested to pay even rupees 100. Why I am not? As a consumer, why I am not willing to pay even rupees 500 for that? So, as a seller, as a manufacturer, or as a producer, you need to observe it very carefully that what is the demand of the buyer. See, foremost thing is the utility. As a producer, you need to understand that whether the product you are offering to me is of any use to me. A buyer will buy a product. See, we sometimes you must have I don't know whether you have observed it or not. At times when the patients are there in the hospital, their family members, they used to go to the nearby medical shop. The hospitals are there and there are many medical shop there, and this medical shop, they used to charge the price of the medicine even at a higher price. The 10 rupees at the market and they are charging maybe 15 rupees. But people who are means whose relatives are admitted in the hospital for or any treatment is going on, they have to take this at rupees 15. Why? Because that time this is useful. If somebody is telling me you buy this medicine of 15 rupees at 5 rupees, I will not buy it. Why? Because I don't have any utility of it. So, as a manufacturer or as a producer or as a seller, the foremost concern, see, you are studying economics, you are studying marketing. Why? Why you are studying management? The first thing you must understand is that we have to market our product. Now, marketing means it's not selling. I'm not going to sell it door to door, or I'm not going to sell by any means. It is just creation of the demand. I have created the demand so that people will automatically come to me. So the marketing is the process whereby a demand has been created so that people will come to you automatically. The demand is being generated and people will go and buy it. So the selling process becomes very easier. It is nothing. You just have to formalize the thing. So marketing is at the very strategic level. You have to think it strategically. So it comes from the economics. You need to understand as a human being, why will I buy a product? So this is the human sentiment. You have to understand the human sentiment. Will you buy? See, economics is all about how we are going to allocate our resources. In organizational behavior also, you will study the same thing, that how a human will behave. This is all about the human dynamics. Management is all about studying the human dynamics. Why a human behave in certain manner in some time and in another manner at certain other time. So this is all about human behavior, employee behavior, that we are going to study in the entire management courses. You are going to manage the human force. See, we could not manage, we don't need to manage rather the other resources, the land, the capital, the other factors. They are not dynamic. If I keep a bottle, suppose a bottle is there, water bottle is there, I have kept it on the table, it will remain like this only. Whatever I say, whatever I do, it will not have any impact on the bottle. Why? Because it's a non-living thing. But if I ask Pari or my daughter Riyansi to sit here for even half an hour, they will not sit. They will always be doing or reacting with some other way. ওরা কি করবে? ওরা রিয়াক্ট করবে তো, ওরা দেখবে আমি কি করছি, or they will be doing something, they will be observing, because they are dynamic, they are human being. So in organizational behavior also, we observe the human being, how they react, how they act, how they interact with other people. So this is what organizational behavior is. There are many dimensions to it. I will be teaching it that. So now focus on economics here. Economics means, before I go to indifference curve, you need to understand the utility concept. So you must have understood that if there is utility of the product, I am going to buy the product even at a higher price. If I suppose sometime during the Chhat Puja, during this Chhat Puja, we used to offer this worship in a soup. सूप को क्या बोलते हैं, आई डोंट नो, बंगाली लैंग्वेज मुझे नहीं पता. वो एक बांस का होता है, एक उसमें हम लोग पूजा करते हैं. So normally you might not buy it for 20 or 30 rupees, but during this puja we have bought this at 100 rupees, a small soup. The normal cost is 20 rupees, 20 to 30, maximum 30 rupees, but we used to buy it for 100. Somebody is buying at 120, this way. Why? Because of the special occasion. So utility increase that time. So the consumer demand. So you need to understand that a consumer will demand a product only if he has got utility. So utility is the prime factor. So according to utility, he will demand certain product and the allocation of resources will be done. This is allocation of resources. Understood? So the demand is primarily derived by the utility. So before you approach for selling something or to someone, you need to understand the utility. You might offer a very cheap product, you might offer a very good product at a very low price or a high discount, but is it useful to me at this point of time? Am I able to purchase the thing at this point of time? So the utility level needs to be understood. The primary focus should be the utility, understanding the utility level. Now, according to the utility level, a consumer is going to allocate his resources in two products, right? A consumer allocates his utility. Arey nahane gayi hogi. A consumer allocates his income in two products. Fine. Now, indifference curve. In economics, an indifference curve connects points on a graph representing different quantity of two goods, points between which a consumer is indifferent. That is why any combination of two products indicated by the curve will provide the consumers with equal level of utility, and the consumer has no preference for one combination or bundle of goods over a different combination on the same curve. One can also refer to each point on indifference curve as rendering the same level of utility for the consumer. In other words, an indifference curve is the locus of various points showing different combination of two goods providing equal utility to consumer in a given. Now, let me explain you this concept. Suppose I have 100 rupees. Fine. Now I am using 50 rupees to buy orange and 50 rupees to buy apple. I'm allocating my resources 50 rupees for orange and 50 rupees for apple, and I'm getting equal level of satisfaction, that is equals to 100 utils. Utils is actually a unit of measuring the utility. Utils is just like kg, liter, we have utils. Utils is a way through which we can measure the utility or the satisfaction level. So now with 50, suppose you make it very simple. You buy 50 apple, you consume 50 apple and 50 oranges, and you get a utility of 100 utils. Now another combination is 60 apple and 40 orange. This will also give you the same level of utility. This is 100 utils. Again, if I am doing it 70 apple and 30 oranges, doesn't it look like PPC curve? Will it not look like PPC curve?
Yes, ma'am.
But here the only concept is that here we are referring it to consumer satisfaction level. These are the combination, these are the different combination of goods that a consumer is indifferent to, giving the same level of satisfaction. See, all the combination, either you take the first combination, that is 50 apple, 50 oranges, it will give you the same level of satisfaction, that is 100 utils. Second level, that is second combination, 60 apple and 40 oranges, it will also give you the same level of satisfaction, that is 100 utils. Again, the third combination, 70 apple and 30 oranges, it will also give you 100 utils, the same level of satisfaction. So, indifference curve shows you the combination of different goods, means combination of two goods in a different way, different combination of two goods actually. I'm just writing it down the definition to make it simple for you to learn. Indifference curve gives the different combination of two goods with equal amount of satisfaction. A consumer is indifferent towards different combination. A higher indifference curve will show higher amount of satisfaction. Is this clear? Kindly take a screenshot, because I'm not able to do with this what to say, this laptop. Let me see if I could do just ja. I'm not able to. No, I'm not able to do.
Ma'am, the snap
হ্যাঁ তুমি দিয়েছো, আমি করতে পারছি না। খুব ভালো, চলো। So this is clear. The concept of indifference curve is clear. There are this map is there, an example of an indifference map with three difference curve. When you represent different indifference curve, different types of indifference curve, like 1, 2, 3, then this is called an indifference map. Slope of IC curve is marginal rate of substitution. Now, what is marginal rate of substitution? See, here we have 50 apple and 50 oranges. Fine. Now, in this case, I am moving to 60 apple. That means 20 oranges is being replaced for getting more 20 apples, isn't it? I have taken more 20 apples by replacing 20 oranges. So this is called this substituting the orange in order to get more apple. This concept is called, I'm just writing in short, marginal rate of technical substitution. Sometimes we also write it in this manner, MRTSXY. This means marginal rate of technical substitution X for Y. So this we normally used to write in this manner, del X by del Y. That is change in X by change in Y. This is called marginal rate of technical substitution. Is this clear?
ম্যাম এটা আরেকবার বল।
দেখো আমি অ্যাপেলটা মানে ইফ আই would like to increase the consumption of apple, উপরে কত ছিল অ্যাপেল? 50 ছিল, 50 থেকে 60 হয়েছে, মানে 10 অ্যাপেল ইনক্রিজ হয়েছে। সরি আমি 20 বলছিলাম। তো 50 থেকে 60 হয়েছে, that means 10 apple has increased. Now in order to increase 10 apples I have to reduce 10 oranges. অরেঞ্জটা হ্যাঁ, তো 50 থেকে 40 করতে হয়েছে, এখানে মাইনাস হয়েছে তবে তো এখানে প্লাস হয়েছে না। এখানে 10 minus, then only we have increased plus 10. Fine. So this is called, this concept is called MRTS, that is marginal rate of technical substitution. বুঝতে পেরেছো? ওকে, এটাও স্ক্রিনশট নিয়ে একটু গ্রুপে দিয়ে দাও। চলো এবার আমি সরিয়ে দিচ্ছি এটা। না, indifference curve, indifference map and marginal rate of technical substitution. This point is clear?
I mean, indifference map means the different curves that are
different curves টাকে indifference map বলে। হ্যাঁ, এবার দেখো বাজেট লাইন। বাজেট লাইনটা কি হয়? আমি তো বললাম কি ইনডিফারেন্স কার্ভটা এটা হলো, ফাইন, এটা ইনডিফারেন্স কার্ভ। এবার দেখো ইনডিফারেন্স কার্ভ মানে কি, this is apple, suppose this is apple and this is orange, fine. So there are different combination which I am representing, fine. These are different combination, but whatever is the combination, আমি যে কম্বিনেশনটা কনজিউম করব, এবার আমি বলছি I will consume 100 apple, 100 oranges, 50 apple, 50 oranges, but whatever is my consumption level, there has to be certain budget line. My budget is there. See, every time you have a specific budget line. I cannot move beyond my budget line. আমার তো একটা budget আছে. Suppose my monthly income is 50,000. So I have to work on this 50,000 only. My consumption cannot go beyond 50,000. 50,000 থেকে উপরে বেরিয়ে যাবে কি? Is it possible? It is not possible. क्या हुआ? हमको खांसी हो रहा है अचानक।
একটু ঠান্ডা পড়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, ঠান্ডা অদ্ভুত রকমের ঠান্ডা পড়েছে, উল্টা পুল্টা ঠান্ডা। দেখো, a budget line shows combination of two goods a consumer is able to consume given a budget constraint. An indifference curve shows combination of two goods that yield equal satisfaction. To maximize utility, a consumer choose a combination of two goods at the indifference curve. See, this is the curve which, see, এই curve টা দেখো, দেখো এটা অনেকগুলো দেখাচ্ছে একসঙ্গে, কনফিউজ করবে। দ্যাট ইজিটা দেখাচ্ছি তোমাকে। এটা দেখো, এইটা হচ্ছে দিস, সাপোজ জাস্ট আ মিনিট, 1 মিনিট। হ্যাঁ, এটা দেখতে পাচ্ছ এই ইমেজটা? সো দিস ইজ দি সিম্পল, এটা দেখাচ্ছি তোমাকে। দেখো, এটা হচ্ছে তোমার বাজেট লাইন। কিরকম অদ্ভুত কালার আসছে বাবা।
ম্যাম কিছু আসছে না তো, মানে ওই এফএক্স বাজেট কনস্ট্যান্ট ওই গুগলের পেজটা আসছে।
আচ্ছা, বাকি সব আসছে না? কিরকম পুরোটা তো আসার কথা। এবার দেখো আসছে,
একবার আসছে।
এটা কি উল্টো পাল্টা ব্রাশ আসছে, এটা হচ্ছে দেখো, এটা এটা কি হচ্ছে আমার বাজেট লাইন, এটা দেখো দেখা যাচ্ছে তো, এটা বাজেট লাইন, মানে দিস ইজ মাই মান্থলি ইনকাম, আই ক্যান নট গো বিয়ন্ড দিস মান্থলি ইনকাম, আমি কি এর বিয়ন্ড যেতে পারি?
না।
आई कैन नॉट गो बियॉन्ड दिस इज माई मंथली इनकम, मैं जितना भी खर्चा खाऊं करना चाहूँ, मैं कोई भी मतलब कोई भी वॉट एवर कॉम्बिनेशन आई वुड लाइक टू चूज, आई कैन नॉट गो बियॉन्ड दिस বাজেট লাইন, আমি এই বাজেট লাইনটাকে ছেড়ে কি বেরোতে পারি?
না।
It is not possible. This is my budget line, this is my monthly income, maybe my monthly income is 1 lakh, 1 2 3 4 5, now whatever combination I choose, maybe 50,000 for shopping, 50,000 for running my household, so I cannot go beyond 1,000 because this is 1 lakh, because this is my monthly income, this is my budget constant. See, budget line when A is cheap, see here, this is one goods A and goods B. There are different indifference curves. See, one indifference curve is this, another indifference curve is this, and this is one indifference curve. So this indifference curve will give me very higher satisfaction. But this is beyond my budget. এটা আমার বাজেট থেকে বাইরে যাচ্ছে। Maybe once I have 1.5 lakh rupees, I'll be able to reach towards this. This indifference curve, as we all know, higher the indifference curve, higher is the satisfaction. So here the indifference curve is very high, no doubt this will give me very high satisfaction, but it is beyond my reach, so cross this. Now this indifference curve is in within my reach, and it is just tangent to this budget line. See, this is just tangent to this budget line, so this is the optimum one. This is also called consumer equilibrium. At this point of time, once the indifference curve touches the budget line in a tangent form, this point is called what to say, consumer equilibrium. Why it is called consumer equilibrium? Because here the consumer is at the equal position. That means I have the enough amount of resources, my resources is equals to my satisfaction. This is the very basic concept. ठीक है, यू मेक इट वेरी सिंपल, मेरे पास इतने पैसे हैं और इतना सेटिस्फैक्शन मुझे मिल रहा है, तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी ना। एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम जब मेरे पास जितना है, मेरे पास 1 लाख रुपए है एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद इट, उससे मेरे सारे खर्च पूरे हो रहे हैं, तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दैट, तो सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल इज equal, so this point is called the consumer equilibrium. Fine. Now here see the budget limits. Here the budget line when A is expensive, now you don't have to study this, you'll get confused. Just a minute. I'm explaining you another one. Suppose this is a this is an indifference curve, this is also an indifference curve, and this is also an indifference curve. Fine. And this is my budget line. This is my budget line. So this is very clear that higher the indifference curve, higher is the satisfaction. This will give the higher satisfaction, but beyond my reach. And here this is the budget line, and this is the indifference curve. This is the IC. So here we have reached to the point of consumer equilibrium. Understood? And this is within my reach, that is within my income, but this IC curve will give you lower amount of satisfaction, but it is within my reach and it is under my budget line. तो मेरे बजट के अंदर में है और मैं अपने मतलब ऑप्टिमल यूटिलाइज नहीं कर रही हूँ, उससे थोड़ा कम यूज कर रही हूँ, मे बी आई एम सेविंग सम अमाउंट। समझ आया? अब देखो कंज्यूमर इक्विलिब्रियम मतलब क्या होता है, व्हाट इज कंज्यूमर इक्विलिब्रियम? Try to understand this concept. Normally, if you wish to mention or understand the concept of consumer equilibrium refers to a situation when MUX is equals to price of X of that product. What does it mean? This consumer equilibrium is in case of a single product. What does it mean? Once I'm spending something. This is called price of X. I usually means what will I expect as a consumer? I am paying an amount which is called price of X. X is the any product. So I am making a payment. So price of X. Now, sometime price of X is less than my marginal utility from X. Now, what is marginal utility? Now, I am explaining you this concept. What is marginal utility? Suppose you are very hungry. तुम बहुत भूख लगी है तुमको. You just ate one फुचका. तुमको एक फुचका खाया. बहुत भूख लगा है. तो at that point of time you get a satisfaction of maybe 8 utils. You are very hungry. You just ate one fuchka. First fuchka. First fuchka will give you 8 utils of satisfaction. After the तो सालोम विलोम करो ना सैसे करिए बैठो इधर कर तो तुम पढ़. Now after this first fuchka you ate the second fuchka. What will happen to you? Is this the utility level same? Don't you think that the utility level will decline? तो वो क्या हो जाएगा 7 utils हो जाएगा. Fine. Now you eat again third fuchka. For our Bengali people and the Kolkata people, fuchka is the best thing. I can explain. Now you ate the third fuchka. Your utils level will decline more. It came to 5 utils. Now you ate fourth fuchka. Then it reaches to maybe 3 utils. This way. So see, marginal means the last unit. Marginal means the last unit. Here the marginal is 8 minus 7 is 1 utils. Here the last unit is 7 minus 5 is 2 utils. 5 minus 3 is 2 utils. So marginal means the last unit satisfaction, or once I refer to marginal, it means the last. Marginal means last minus its predecessor. Normally I refer it to, if you have to explain it in simple term, it is just the last unit. Try to understand this from the last unit concept. So here if I ask you what is the marginal utility from the third fuchka, what is the marginal utility in case of third fuchka? So a person who ate the third fuchka, the marginal utility from second to third is 2 utils. From third to fourth it is again 2
utils.
Right, this way. So this is, so here what happens sometime is that our price is less than marginal. Let me explain you a simple concept. You are giving me a fees. Fine. You are giving me a fees and I am teaching you. Now at this time you are understanding that yes, ma'am is teaching very good, so your marginal utility is high. Fine. Your marginal utility is high. You will make the payment and you will continue the classes because you are liking it and your marginal utility is high, right? Now, at time you think that your price of X is equals to marginal utility of X. That means you think that no, ma'am is teaching, the fees she is taking is equals to marginal utility. হ্যাঁ ম্যাম ভালোই পড়াচ্ছে, মানে যেরকম আমার fees দিচ্ছে ওরকম পড়াচ্ছে, not very high. So this point is called consumer equilibrium because here you are in an equilibrium position, not making much price, not getting much, both are equal. ठीक है? But at times once you reach a position that is price of X is greater than MUX, कभी कभी ऐसा भी हो सकता है you think कि मैम के तो এত টাকা দিচ্ছি, ম্যাম তো পড়াচ্ছেই না, এটাও হতে পারে তো. This point a consumer will not consume. এই পয়েন্টটা কনজিউমার কনজিউম করবে না. ফাইন. দিস ইজ দি কনজিউমার সারপ্লাস. এখানে তো সারপ্লাস আছে, কনজিউমার এনজয় করছে খুব ভালো. এটা হচ্ছে কনজিউমার ইকুইলিব্রিয়াম. দিস ইজ দি বেস্ট পসিবল, this is the best what to say equation or the best position, and in this situation consumer will not consume. Understood? Now I have explained you the consumer equilibrium. The situation is MUX is equals to price of X. This is for a single product. এটা screenshot নিয়ে নাও. হয়ে গেছে? Now there can be consumer equilibrium in case of two products. So now how will you define the consumer equilibrium in case of two products? The formula is, আমি আগে ফর্মুলাটা লিখে দিচ্ছি তারপরে বোঝাবো। MUX by price of X is equals to MUY by price of Y. Now এবার সাপোজ আমার মান্থলি ইনকাম হচ্ছে 1 লাখ রুপিস, 1 1 2 3 4 5, ঠিক আছে? Now you try to understand as a normal consumer, I can consume 50,000 for my household expenses and 50,000 I spend on just entertainment, घूमने फिरने. So is this justifiable? Both will give, this equation will give me a same level of utility. 50,000 for my household expenses and 50,000 for my entertainment. Is this combination justifiable? Both will give me the same level of utility.
No.
No, actually in case of consumer equilibrium, normally what we find is that how a consumer is going to invest, how a consumer is going to allocate his resources. So the main concern is the allocation of resources in order to understand the consumer equilibrium concept. Fine. Now in this case, with the 1 lakh rupees, I cannot expect that I will spend 50,000 on running entire family and 50,000 on my entertainment, because this allocation will not give me same amount of satisfaction. So this will not give me same amount of satisfaction. Fine. Now next combination, 50,000 for running my household expenses and 50,000 on savings. I'm just saving it on in bank. Is this justifiable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is quite justifiable. It is justifiable. Another example is 80,000 I'm spending on running my household expenditure and 20,000 on saving. Justifiable? It is also justifiable. Two of it nahi, it is justifiable. If you are investing 80%, means household expenditure means this is your necessity. This is not luxury. Right. Suppose 90,000 is required for running my family and other expenses, and 10,000 are used for recreation purposes, that is entertainment and all. Is this justifiable? This is justifiable.
Yes, ma'am.
Quite extent. It is justifiable. So see, I am allocating different amount. The amount is different. Price is different. The allocation of money is different. But I'm getting same level of satisfaction. So in case of two product, I'm getting equilibrium from investing or allocating my resources in two. But the utility level has to be same. See, MUX by price of X, that is marginal utility from this 80 suppose 80,000 rupees I invested here, and the utility I got it from this, and 20,000 I spent here, and the utility level I got it from Y. So this is the normal equation for consumer equilibrium or in case of two product. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear? The concept is clear? Take a screenshot. See, these concepts are clear. Indifference curves, budget line, and consumer equilibrium. Till this point is clear, means all these things is clear. I think changes in total revenue, AR, MR. This is not clear. Average revenue, marginal revenue, changes in total. Range of values of price elasticity. This I'll be teaching. Range of values of price elasticity, that is inelastic demand and all those things that I'll be explaining. Okay. Rest most of the things are covered. Only thing is left on introduction to methods of demand estimation. Okay. This one is only left in this demand analysis. After completion of this, I will take a test from this to this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So till this today, because if I explain more,